flooding the scene with lots of zealots, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. It does look like there is enough. When the vulture support falls, these zealots will have free reign on these tanks, wiping out a lot of tanks. Fonger losing a lot of tanks. Nice zealot bombs. Nicely played here by Future. And basically, both armies, it's basically a stalemate right now in the middle of the map. And yeah, sorry, I'm kind of sick now, so I'm kind of losing my voice. But yeah, really nicely played here by both players. And really though, still Fonger is happy with 3 bases. And here goes, I didn't even see that, sorry, top right expansion going up here. So Future's going to have that 4th expansion. So now it's back on Fonger's plate. Is he going to expand again, or is he going to try to be aggressive and lay out one of Future's expansions? If he could siege up, lay out one expansion, he's been very aggressive. One of the reasons I really like Fonger's play is he's always being aggressive. Load of gateways here for Future. He's just going to try to reinforce his army as quickly as possible, laying out tanks, reinforcing his army. It's basically the macro game of PvT. But really nice map control here by Fonger, and he needs to notice this top right expansion. He could siege that up before too many cannons get in here. Cannons up will stop the vulture harassment, but Vulture's going to try to slip by. Actually, Vultures are going to get in a little bit, but he's going to get stopped again. Really nice job here. Quick reactions by Future going to stop the Vultures from doing too much damage. They're going to lay a few mines, but going to be forced back, and actually losing like 12 Vultures, a control group of Vultures, without even doing any damage. That's actually not a good deal for Fonger. No sign of late game tech quite yet, and that's, oh, there we go. Arbiters are out, or Arbiters Tribunal now up, so we are going to see Arbiters producing here. And so now it's up to Fonger. He needs to realize this. He needs to quickly scan and notice the Arbiters here. He's got to get some Goliaths up. He's got to lay mines to be prepared for the stasis. So really, he is expanding to the bottom left here, or to the bottom right, excuse me. So really a very, very impressive game. Very nice micro here from Future. Although Fonger's push has been quite strong, and he has been able to keep his tanks away from the Zealots as best he can. Very, very impressive micro here from both players. Vulture's flooding the scene from behind. That one Zealot goes down. What an exciting scene. He's going to push in here. Dragoon's going to come in here. He's got Vultures need to get back to their moms. They need to get back to their tanks. Or is Tank a fatherly figure or a motherly figure? I don't know. I'm going to try to push in here. Future. Ooh, he's got to be careful. But really, Future, both players are playing so brilliantly. It's hard to say who's ahead. It did look good for Fonger in the beginning, but I feel Future is catching up very, very quickly here. Starport now going up. So we are going to see I think he's realized that his opponent is going for the Arbiter, so he's gonna try to get the science vessels out quickly. Here come the Zealots, and actually Future's played pretty smart so far. He got the DT out early to try to make Fonger into wasting scans, so now when his Arbiters come out, his cloaked units will be a bit stronger, considering the scanners will have scanned. But that DT didn't do too much. It only cost about 1 to 2 scans, so I don't expect that to be a huge deal. But really, nice map control here by Fonger, just trying to keep his Terran opponent. But really, this top right expansion is Fonger's. He needs to take this out. Really, he basically, if he could move up here, he could separate his army, or separate Future's army from Future's base, and really could lay that out, and that would put him in a great situation. But I don't think Fonger's realized that. If he could scout that top right, Storm is a part of the play now, so expect to see Psionic Storms go all over the tanks as best he can. Bottom right expansion is up and running here, so they are tied in expansions. Arbiters are out. One Arbiter's out. We could be seeing a stasis here. If stasis could actually be fairly effective, or I mean a recall to the bottom right, you could lay out this expansion, or he could go for a recall to the main base and try to lay out the supply depots / armories, etc. He does have quite a bit of minefield. Like I said, though, Fonger needs to lay out this top right expansion. If he can lay that out, he'd be in a great situation, but I don't think he knows that, so I'm like hoping he scans that and he would be in a great situation. Here come the goons. Future doing a nice job at trying to keep these mines limited, but Fonger just replenishing them, keep redoing them. Mines so useful to slowing down the Protoss army, and often if you're playing a not so good level Protoss, you can actually do quite a bit of damage to their goons and Zealots with the mines, actually. Just because they'll be lazy, or they won't have an observer with their army, or they'll just like not care, or they'll get scared and like get nervous and try to rush, but yeah. So mines against amateur Protoss can be very, very strong. That was the moral of my little hint there. Fonger, really though, gosh, if he could take out that top right expansion, he would be in a, I mean, it would be his game, and I know I've repeated myself on that, but it is such a big thing for Fonger to do. But sadly for him, he has not scouted it. Mines everywhere on the field, and right now it's kind of a stalemate. Arbiters are going to be out soon, and we are going to see one big battle, one Arbiter out and one Arbiter on the way here. High Templars on the way, so it's going to see one big battle, and if Future can break it, then he's going to be in a great situation. But if he can't break it, then so sad. The Protoss probably will lose here. He's going to push in here, losing his minefield. Future has lost his minefield. Arbiter's going to be out soon. I am expecting stasis, I think. Yeah, there is a recall in the right. There is a recall in the main base. Recall going off, going to kill a lot of supply depots, and this is really going to hurt Fonger. He's not going to be able to replenish his army nearly quick enough as he needs. Coming in here, he is losing a lot of his support. The Vulture's getting stormed everywhere. Storm going everywhere. If he had more speed zealots right now, he is spamming Z and D on his gateways here, but this recall has done a lot of damage, wiping out a lot of supply depots. 6 supply depots going down so far. Fonger's army caught off guard. He's going to try to come in here and do some damage with tanks and Goliaths. Not a huge recall, but enough to lay out several supply depots. Really going to hurt Fonger after all here, but Fonger has lost a lot of this battle, though. Speed Zealots wiping the field, noticing there's no mines. Actually, Fonger's push is going to be destroyed here. Fonger might be in a bit of trouble here. I expect things are quickly swifting over to Future's game, or to Future's hands here. High Templar coming in here. I expect to see a storm on these tanks. More tanks falling here. And really, Fonger is in actually quite a bit of trouble. Here is the after look. Before was all the supply depots. After is 8 supply depots down. Make it 9. Make it 12. Like 12 supply depots go down. I don't know why I said 8. One more supply depot going down. He needs to take out this goon. This goon is owning supply depots. He's actually taking this bottom left expansion. Right now, Fonger's macro is great, but he doesn't have the supply count to even do anything about it. He is still ahead in psi count after all, and somehow he must have had like a lot of extra supply depots. If he loses that command center to one goon, not going to happen though. So, wow, very impressive game here from both players. The one thing Future is, economically, he's not in a great situation, but he has laid out a lot of tanks. He's killed many tanks. Fonger's going to try to isolate this bottom left expansion, middle semi-island expansion on the left, excuse me. Going to come in here, and he needs to land perfect storms on the bridges. Tanks walking across bridges, makes for storm. Recall. Where'd that recall go? Gonna save this expansion, trying his best to, but I don't know how useful it's gonna be. Sorry for the misclick. Really sorry, that was really ugly. Arbiter down here. This Arbiter is actually, he needs to lay out, so actually, okay, I just got way messed up. My clicks are going everywhere, excuse me. It's a different mouse. I'm using my brother's computer. I'll blame that. So Fonger's going to come in here. He's going to isolate this expansion. If this Nexus does fall, then Future's going to be in a horrible situation. But luckily for him, he does have lots and lots of goons and Zealot reinforcing here. So Fonger's army is actually going to get surrounded here, and I don't know if he's going to have enough. Vultures flooding the scene, trying to lay mines as best they can. Arbiter's coming in. I'm expecting a big stasis here. He needs to land the appropriate stasis. And as well, Fonger needs to be very quick with his scans. Arbiter's getting involved, shooting these vultures for as much as they can. One Goliath, he needs to be careful. He doesn't need to lose that Arbiter. Actually losing a lot of his support group. Fonger still has a chance to take down this Nexus, but he needs to do it quickly because there are reinforcements on the way. So I think so, or so I hope so if you're a Fonger fan. Fonger from Team Light, Fonger from SMI, and Future from Light. 2 great clans, by the way. But anyways, Vulture's coming in here. Gonna lay out a lot of probes here, and Fonger needs, if he